You're just like, Duhad, stop butchering the ponies, but it just keeps going.
Hello everybody, Duhad here, and welcome to the Clip of the Week from To The End. On the week of the 28th of March, 2014. Enjoy.
I mean, Colgate, she's not in the show, so it's hard to know, but
Yeah.
Lyra's not in the show either, actually, so
Yeah,
none of them are in the show, but they're still cute little ponies.
Exactly,
so...
that's the thing. I actually have a real thing. I like the characters who kind of get ignored by the fandom, like, who are, like, reoccurring background characters who just, like, no one seems to really care about.
Well, actually, the background characters seem to be liked more by the fandom.
Oh, no. Well, certain ones. That's the thing. Certain ones. Like Derpy, everyone loves her. Lyra and Bon Bon really, like, have really big fan bases. Vinyl Scratch, Octavia, hugely popular. But then you have ones like Amethyst Star, Colgate. Dr. Who is obviously very popular. But, like, yeah, you have all these ones. I think, like, Berry Punch occasionally gets some love. Colgate occasionally gets some love. But you have, like, Amethyst Star, nothing. Cherry Berry.
Carrot Top.
Yeah, Carrot Top, you don't really get much with.
I always joke that, like, my favorite pony in the show is Mayor Mare, just because nobody ever notices that that's a character. It's like, arguably the person who rules your entire society, but no, she doesn't exist.
Also, yes, wait, okay, I did see the paragraph you sent on the Gummy Jesus fic, and it was actually pretty fun.
Oh, I meant to look at that and catch up what everyone had done, and I did not. I'm a bad nanny. I'm sorry.
It's okay. But White Oak saying, I sometimes forget Colgate exists. Part of the reason why I wanted to do something with Colgate, because that's not an uncommon reaction.
Isn't her name Minuet now or something like that?
Yeah, because officially you can't name a character after a brand of toothpaste.
Well, furthermore, it doesn't make sense because ponies don't use toothpaste.
Probably not, no. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like the only, like, the thing about Colgate that I find kind of interesting is that she's just popular enough that, like, there are a couple of, like, fanon things about her, but also, like, there's sort of this weird thing where they're really inconsistent.
Yeah?
Like, there's, like, a lot of, like, characters have, like, a relatively established fanon persona. Like, Octavia is sort of like the stately classical musician. Lyra's quirky, like, human-obsessed person. Bon Bon's the straight man to Lyra's wacky, Vinyl Scratch. You kind of get, like, these fanon personas that really kind of stick. And even, like, lesser ones, like Berry Punch, like, not exactly a huge character, but, like, there's sort of an established, like, she is the one who we see drinking a lot in.
Yes, I was gonna say, it's established that she's an alcoholic.
Yeah. Huzzy Torchik, I wrote a OC version of This Day Aria. Okay, that's kind of interesting. But the thing I find really interesting about Colgate is she kind of has two fan personas. Like,
I know one of them is Brushy.
Yeah, one of them is the fact that is, like, the reason she's named Cole. It's actually kind of the funny thing is it's actually sort of like depending on which name you use is really like the thing. It's like Colgate. The people call her Colgate, and, like, when she's referred to as Colgate, it's because her hair looks like Colgate brand toothpaste. And so, like, the joke is she's a dentist.
Yeah.
But the thing is, there's also a lot of people who say, like, no, it's Minuet, which is a pun on time. And she's got the exact same cutie mark as, the Doctor, as Dr. Hooves. So therefore, she is either a female Time Lord, the TARDIS incarnate, or, like, R63 Doctor Who.
White Oak said there are one-off characters I forget about, like Cherry's Jubilee. Cherry's Jubilee, yes! Cherry's Jubilee was my favorite My Little Pony from the first generation line of toys. And when they brought her back, I was both so ecstatic and so depressed because she just didn't fit with my canon for Cherry's Jubilee whatsoever. And I was just like, no, but yes, but no. But Cherry's Jubilee, I love Cherry's Jubilee. Yay.
Nice.
I had to fangirl, I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's totally fine. Right now we're just And
Husky Torchic wants to know what Rule 63 is.
All right. Rule 63 is one of the rules of the internet, which, like, a lot of them are profane, a lot of them are just silly and stuff, but yeah, Rule 63 basically means gender swapped. It's if you have a male character, then it's a picture of the character as a woman, or if it's a woman, it's the picture of the character as a man. And this can range from, like, the minor tweaks, like, what would this character look like if they were born a woman, to the really silly, like, what would a transformer look like if it was a lady. But Yeah, it's sort of a weird thing, but yeah, Rule 63 generally just refers to the male or female version of a character who is normally the opposite gender.
I would love to see humorous Rule 63 art of characters that have no gender whatsoever. It'd be like Rule 63, except it'd be the same picture. That'd be really funny to me.
I think I've probably seen
Of
something
course,
like that
there's
before.
very few characters out there in the universe that have no canon gender.
That is true. There are some, and like you can find some pretty amusing images of like the kind of like there's some. I like Rule 63 at times because sometimes it can be used for really funny things, like just like taking the ridiculous nature of trying to like masculinize or feminize something to a ridiculous extent. So it would be like Rule 63 HAL 9000. It'll be like a computer. It's the big red glowing eyed computer, but someone's like put like lipstick on it. Or like something completely silly like that. It's like, yes, no, see, here's the gendered version of this genderless character.
I think from a feminist perspective, I should probably be against Rule 63 on the internet, but I have to admit, I do sometimes like the results.
Yeah. That's the thing about it.
I
It's like,
saw a Rule 63 image of Howl from Howl's Moving Castle a couple days ago, and it just blew my mind. I was so delighted.
yeah, Rule 63, it can kind of, it's one of those things where it can go either way in being like really progressive and interesting or really dumb and just there for like, fan service. But
I don't like fan service so much.
it's not so great. But at any rate, Husky Torchic is saying, I subbed to someone who does cult versions of MLB songs. Yeah, a lot of people do that. Oh yeah, some guy is saying that fun fact, Steve from Minecraft is officially genderless. That's actually kind of cool. I like that.
Is Steve from Minecraft the little guy that you walk around as?
Yeah, the little blue guy with the brown hair.
So that's actually kind of awesome.
Yeah, officially, according to Notch, apparently he is.
It could very well just as well be a lady.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I have a really respect for Minecraft.
There you go. Yeah, Husky Torchy was saying that he has seen some MLP R63 versions of songs, and yeah, that's a big thing. Like, especially in the MLP
I
fandom.
have a problem calling them R63 versions of songs. I don't think that should apply to songs.
Well, the idea I think of that is that like it's a thing that's actually relatively common in the MLP fandom, which is just that there are so many guys trying to take on so many like female roles in singing or voice acting or whatever, that there's sort of a common practice of hand waving, the fact that technically like most of these roles should be played by women, by just kind of going like, no, this is the male version of this character saying this. So it is like canonical to the series, but just gender flipped, so that
The thing
you can
is,
sing.
if you are imitating the voice of the original character as a man, like so that it sounds like a deeper version of that voice, or like someone doing a male Southern voice for Applejack has sung, then yes, granted, sure, you can call it Rule 63 or however you call that. But if it's just you covering it, honoring it in your voice, not trying to sound like the character, then it's technically just a cover. It's not a gender-bent version of the character. So to me,
if it's
find it
foolish. I think this, the R63 only counts when it's supposed to be like the voice of the character, like when you're trying to play the character, just being the opposite gender. And like you also have a lot of things where it's like people write like fan fictions or stuff that are done with the like there are a lot of readings of fan fictions that involve gender swapped versions of the main characters because it gives more roles to the predominantly male voice acting circuit. Wow, such funny, much humor, very enjoyable. You should watch more at radiosmagic.com and watch To the End every Friday night at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, or other shows at their own times. At any rate, you've had enough internet for one day, but just because I like you, here's one last little clip to send you off. What you can sing, there's a fic where Twilight was born a colt, aka Dustshine, while the rest of the main six are still mares. They fall in love with Dusk, and Scootaloo's dad is Slender Pony. That sounds like a horrible story.